Well, it certainly hasn't been a great week for Bertie Ahern. But fear not, Bertie, I have a cunning plan. Yes, ex-Taoiseach and old stager of the Irish political apparatus and landscape, Bertie Ahern, a man with, let's just say, a very colourful past. He was in the news this week for all the wrong reasons. And if you watch this channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, when I saw that little clip flitting across my desk the other morning, I thought to myself immediately, oh no, this is a modern classic. And so it proved to be.
Have you got someone going around with you, TD?
Yeah, well, Bertie Ahern is there.
Oh, can I talk to him?
Can I say hello to him?
Yeah.
Bertie, lady here, say hello to him.
As one of my worthy subscribers commented in the comment section under my video on that, most dangerous words in Irish politics, a lady would like to have a word with you. And so it proved.
Our taxpayers are paying for the education of the youth, and they're having to leave.
Yeah.
And they're meeting their replacements coming in. And they don't give a shit about Ireland.
No.
They don't have the feeling that we have.
No.
Our culture is gone.
I think there's too many coming in. I think we have to take some in. I have no problem with the Ukrainians because, you know, in fairness to what Russia moved in and war in their country. The ones I worry about are the Africans.
Yeah. Why?
I agree with you on the Africans. We can't be taking in people from the Congo and all these places.
Yeah.
You know. I think there's too many from those places.
And what?
The Muslims, I don't worry about this generation of Muslims. The next generation, when the kids start growing up,
Yeah.
and that's when I think the problem will be.
Yeah.
I said this to Jim O'Callaghan.
I'm worried about my kids because they're never going to be able to buy a house, and these rich Indians coming in and they're buying up all the properties,
yeah.
and they want our kids to live in sheds or something.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about the Sharia thing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like they have big problems with child brides, with cousin marriage, with FGM, and like they have like all these groups over there, and like in their thing, like a virgin does not have to give verbal consent.
Yeah.
And like they can marry little girls.
It's crazy.
Bertie, I'm after recording you, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm going to put this up on X because I think it's important.
That lady who had the foresight and had the absolute genius idea to record and indeed film her interaction with Bertie Ahern at the doorstep as he was canvassing for a Fianna Fail candidate in the by-election. That was pure and utter gold. And Bertie admitted things or said things, whether he believes them or not is a matter for debate. But he was, let's just say, unguarded. Now, there are, of course, many people who say, look, Bertie Ahern, throughout his whole career, is famous and indeed known and well known for just saying whatever the person he's talking to wanted to hear him say. Now, that's an argument, and I say there's a lot to that too. He is, of course, the consummate politician. Now, I thought, in the usual manner of things here with the mainstream media, they would try and bury that. But it exploded like an atomic bomb. They just couldn't keep a lid on it. It was too good. It was too absolutely... They couldn't brush that, sweep it under the mat, keep it under the carpet. They couldn't make it go away. They couldn't hide it. No, it just blew up like a balloon. And I was happy to help that process. Now, here's the thing. It has caused a lot of angst, I should imagine, in the political elite circles. I'm talking about government circles, especially Fianna Fail, his home party, and Fine Gael, their partners in government. It has caused consternation, embarrassment, and a lot of soul-searching and gnashing of teeth and whining and groaning and howling at the moon. How could he have said such things about immigration, about Muslims, about Africans? Oh!
And I don't approve of any commentary that would in any way undermine any particular ethnicity or any person with a particular ethnic background. And I've been very clear about that. And my understanding is that Mr. Ahern, former Taoiseach, has resigned from those comments.
Was video telling a canvasser in Dublin Central that he believes there's too many immigrants coming into the country. He said he's particularly worried about people coming from Africa, people coming from the Congo, and that while he's not worried about this generation of Muslim people, he's concerned about the next generation, and has said so to Jim O'Callaghan. Are those Fianna Fail beliefs, and are they representative of John Stevens' beliefs in Dublin Central?
No, they're not. I think that's unfair to extrapolate that and to suggest that.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Anyway, yeah, Bertie was thrown to the wolves in no time at all. That's how it works. He was absolutely thrown to the wolves because he had transgressed, he had sinned, and he had committed what they would consider to be mortal sins, criticising all the sacred cows that the political establishment, which is essentially just a glove puppet for the EU, all their sacred cows Bertie had essentially exposed as being a load of old bunk. And good for him for doing it. Now, I'm no Bertie Ahern fan. I've never voted for the man, and there's very few scenarios where I ever would. Having said all of that, as the saying goes, every cloud has a silver lining. And I see a little possibility of a silver lining here. Not only for Bertie, who's in a bit of bother at the moment, but for Ireland Inc. and the Irish people and the Irish national cause. Bertie, you may be in the eye of the storm of the moment, but there is, I believe, a way out that may suit all of us. Adversity makes for strange bedfellows. And I believe I have, in the great words of that well-known philosopher Baldric, a cunning plan.
I have a cunning plan to solve the problem.
So, Bertie, if I may call you Bertie, or Bartholomew if you'd prefer. Actually, his real name is Patrick. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Patrick. I didn't know his first name was Patrick. Anyway, Bertie, here's my cunning plan. Now, you have, let's just say you were caught out. You were caught rapid, and that takes some doing for a man of your abilities. But you were caught out. Anyway, it is what it is. They've all come out and absolutely dogpiled on you. You really have been thrown to the wolves with little or no mercy. Now, here's the cunning plan bit. Why don't you just double down and go absolutely all in? It's a bold move. It's a bold strategy. Yes, it's a bold strategy. But here's the thing. You are, shall we say, in the twilight of your career. They've stiffed you for the presidency. You had a shot at it. I wouldn't have voted for you. But you might have got in. You might have got in. There's still a lot of fans out there, Bertie. A lot of fans. A lot of people have a lot of regard for you. Anyway, so they stiffed you. Me whole Martin shafted you there and hung you out to dry. So you're probably a bit salty about that. I wouldn't blame you. And so really, with this whole incident this week, what have you left to lose? What have you left to lose, Bertie? You've got your pension. You've done what you've done. You've been all over the world. You've trod the boards. You've tripped the light fantastic in terms of politics. You've gotten as high as you could. You've been over to America and spoke to the joint houses of their parliament over there. You've done it all. So why don't you go out in a blaze of glory? How about that? Why don't you double down, stiff the whole lot of them, stick it to them. Stick it to them. Why not? They're perfectly willing and able and are shafting you as we speak. And they'll never give you the time of day again. So why don't you go out with a roar, not a whimper? Double down. Say, yes, everything I said was true. I believe every word of it. In fact, I didn't say enough. I want to say more. It would be glorious. It would be magnificent. Bertie, if I may call you Bertie, you could become, in the twilight years of your career, shall we say, in politics, as a known figure, you could go down in the history books as a firebrand. You could be Ireland's modern day version of Enoch Powell. Enoch Powell. You could just say, you know what? I've seen the light. Yes, I have sinned. Yes, I did err. Yes, I made a lot of bad decisions. Yes, I have been a bold boy at times. But now I have had a road to Damascus moment. The scales have been lifted from my eyes, and I am now fully on board and fully all in for the Irish people, for the Irish nation.
Suit you, sir. Suit you, sir. Oh, suit you, sir.
Imagine. It would be glorious. And look, I am, as I said, I wouldn't be a Bertie fan, I wouldn't be a Bertie voter, but I'm very much of the mind now, because the hour is so late here. It's so late in the day here. We are 1 minute to midnight in terms of the Irish people, the Irish race, the Irish heritage culture, all of that good stuff. We are 1 minute to midnight from that all being disappeared. So I will take a win where I can get it.
Once I worry about it, the Africans.
Yeah.
I don't. I agree with you on the Africans. We can't be taking in people from the Congo and all these places.
Yeah.
I will. I'll take a win where I can get it. Bertie, you could be that win. Think about it. What have you got to lose? Get stuck in. Become the legend. Become the man. It's all there for the taking. And I'm not even going to charge you for that marvellous advice. I'm not Terry Prone. You don't have to spend 20 grand for an hour with me. I'll give you this information and this advice free. So what do you think, guys? Should Bartholomew get stuck in there and double down and just say, you know what? Let's go. I think it would be absolutely glorious.